cane, and it ends with maybe the most poorly received wedding toast in the history of weddings.
I know that's right.
Anyway, so the wedding was my niece, well, not really my niece, my ex-wife's niece, but I'd known her for a long time, like a sister to me. Very, very pretty girl, very, very funny. And her and her husband, and to protect the names at the end, I said, I won't say his name, we'll just call him Douchebag.
I know that's right.
So, my niece and Douchebag were going to get married in Chicago, and her adopted daddy, who was my ex-sister-in-law's husband, he had a lot of money, and her birth daddy had even more money, so I knew it was going to be a fancy wedding in Chicago. So I was like, I got to go floss, you know, I can't show up in raggedy old Macon clothes. I got to be looking good. So I already had the three-piece suit, and I went to my boss and I said, my boss is an old lawyer, old Southern lawyer, Carl Reynolds, and I knew he had one. I said, Carl, do you have a cane? I said, what do you need a cane for? I said, well, I'm going to a wedding in Chicago. He's like, oh, yeah, well, obviously you need a cane. So Carl got me a cane. I went to, I don't know if it's still there, it used to be a store, Salim's, on Pionona and Montpelier. Went to Salim's to get myself a hat. And while I was getting the hat, they also had a nice purple shirt and tie combo that I thought would go wonderfully with my tan three-piece suit and the hat and the cane. I was looking good, y'all. I was looking good. And so much so that I think me and Douchebag got really off to the wrong start right away. Anyway, show up to the wedding. I'm caning down the aisle to sit with the family. We get to the wedding. My sister-in-law, who's batshit crazy, almost burns the damn church. I think the oldest Catholic church in Chicago, she almost burned it down. I don't know what she was taking. She took a lot of pills those days to try to keep things going. Anyway, so fast forward, we get to the wedding. And the wedding, it's all Douchebag's friends talking about how great Douchebag is and how freaking awesome and all the fucking cool ass shit that Douchebag's done and all the blah, this, that, and the other. And finally, my ex-wife's family, they're like, Mike, can you say something about the bride? And it's like, oh shit, you know. It's been an open bar, and they know how I am. I was like, hell yeah, I'll say some shit about the bride. And so I get up, and so as long as I've known this girl, the uniting sort of theme throughout her life, all the boyfriends she's had throughout her life, I've met many of these guys, they all fawn over her. They all lose their fucking minds over this girl. And there was just a lot of funny stories about, those are the stories within the stories, I won't get into those. Anyway, so I'm telling these stories about my niece's boyfriends, and I'm just getting ready to wrap it up, you know, I'm gonna wrap, and what I said was like, well, and I'm just so glad that now she's met this great guy, and it is at the moment when I'm gonna wrap it up and try to bring it back and give glory to Douchebag and his fucking dad, that his dad comes up and says, all right, that's enough, pal, that's enough. And you know, kind of yanks me off the stage. And, you know, basically like the Oscars when they start playing the music, that's kind of what happened to me. So I was like, okay, well, all right. And so I go back to the table, I'm sitting next to it's me and my nephew and all of Douchebag's friends at this one table. And I get back to the table's really quiet. And nobody's making eye contact with me. I'm like, I turn to my nephew, I'm like, man, something's wrong here. And, well, what it turns out is I really hit a nerve and a sore spot with Douchebag, because he's apparently extremely jealous, extremely insecure, did not want to hear about the niece's boyfriends and all that. So, well, I got 40 seconds left, so is there more? They're still married, by the way, unfortunately, but they have 2 beautiful children, so that's good. But I guess the moral of the story is know your audience. So.